Career high day, Jasmine. What was working for you today?
It worked out really well because my teammates found me. Sorry. My teammates found me and we work really well together. We read each other really well, so.
Yeah, shooting 11 for 12 means you're probably getting some good looks.
Yeah. They trust me that I'll go up, and then I trust them that if I kick it out, they'll be ready to shoot it. So it really works out both ways.
Brice, I remember last year's team would beat you a lot of different ways, but one of those ways was usually not a three-pointer. For 10 three-pointers today, has that changed your game any, or is that just something that is available more this year?
I think a little bit of both. Just me having more confidence, getting more reps starting from the summer and early fall, and also just knowing that we have other three-point shooters as well, and it opens up for me, and then if I start hitting shots, it opens up the floor for everyone else.
If you look down pretty much every category that you measure today, you guys are on the right side of it. What do you take away from today's game?
I think just playing more focused, especially during the first half. We were kind of nonchalant and just knowing that we just need to focus on ourselves instead of others and just not be a second half team.
Jasmine, what did you guys do for Thanksgiving? Did you spend it as a team, or did y'all kind of go your separate ways?
We went our separate ways. I mean, we said our goodbyes or whatever, but yeah, we went our separate ways. I went home, spent time, and then had to be right back the next day. So
What
we're gone long.
Think of something to be thankful for.
My family, of course, my teammates, everyone surrounding me and supporting me.
What about you, Brice? What are you thankful for this time of year?
Family and definitely the coaching staff. They're loving, caring, want the best for you. And of course the Lady Bear fans, they're always supporting us, especially on the road and just on social media as well. They follow us on everything. So just having that support in the community is very great.
You mentioned a quick turnaround from the holiday. It's another quick turnaround with a game here on Wednesday. What do you guys have to do to get ready on a short week?
I think just focusing on they're going to be way more athletic than most of the teams that we've seen, and just knowing we need to execute our style of play. They're coming off a great win of Oklahoma. We both beat them, and just knowing our win over them was a grind, so we know this next game will be a grind as well.
A lot of travel that you guys experience now that the next several games are at home. What are you hoping to accomplish as you wrap up with the non-conference schedule?
Just to finish strong. I mean, going into season with we already know we're going into season with the target on our back. Everyone's going to want to beat us. So finishing strong and carrying it out all the way through the season.
All right, awesome. Well, congrats.
Solid.
Kind of talking about that, if I can get you over quick, kind of talking about that homestand. With this being kind of the first 3-game stretch where you're all at home, all 3 games, was that kind of important to start this off right with a win?
Yes, Mox was really putting it into our heads because besides the exhibitions, we haven't been really doing good at home. We've been seen as the road warriors, but at home we really want to show out and say, hey, we're that 7-1 team now, what we're repping, and yeah, so starting it off good and having a good dub against them is what we needed for this home stretch. Yeah.
Brice, any thoughts on that? Or?
No, just knowing that we need to have the same intensity on the road as well as home and just putting that all together.
Well, proud of my team today. Thought we came out and executed the game plan. Credit to UMKC because they really gave us some struggles on our defensive end. I thought in the second quarter we weren't really playing our style of play and we were not guarding anybody, so we talked about that at halftime. And I really like how our team came out in the second half defensively.
Coach, you look at the stat sheet and you can almost pick a category and you're on the right side of it. The one that kind of sticks out to me is 25 assists. It really seemed like you guys had good shots and you were passing up an okay one to get a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, you got to be proud when you're looking at the stat sheet. They played zone the entire game. They pressed us too, and to put up 83 points against the zone, I think it's pretty impressive. We shot it pretty well. We moved the ball. We attacked gaps, and this team, they didn't play too much zone this year. They played their last game zone, but before that they played man. So we kind of prepared for both, but they were primarily a man-to-man team, so we spent more time on man. So just to see us execute against the zone, I was really happy to see that.
Career high today for Jasmine. Talk about her effort today.
Yeah, Jazz, we talked about, I actually wrote it on the board in the middle of the second quarter, maybe beginning of the second quarter, 50-50 balls, like loose balls, the balls that can go either way. And you know, we weren't doing a good job. I thought UMKC was out hustling us, kind of playing a little bit more physical. And, you know, I told them, I wrote on the board 50-50 balls, like we have to be able to get on the floor and we have to be able to get some deflections, come up with it. And I thought Jazz, you know, she played well, but she was also very aggressive at getting those loose balls. The balls was bouncing around a little bit, and she went and got it and scored quickly before the defense could recover. So she did a good job with those 50-50 balls, but she's just such a spark, honestly. She's a spark defensively. When she wants to play, she's long, she's athletic, she gives people problems. So I was really happy with how she played.
There were multiple games last year, multiple home games especially, that the team didn't connect on a three-point shot. It seemed like a couple of times that UMKC made a little bit of a run, kind of cut into the lead. A couple of big three-pointers really kind of, you know, extended that cushion for you.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we coming into this game, we were shooting the ball pretty well, 43% from the line behind the arc. I'm not sure exactly what we are after this game, but you know, I have confidence in our shooters, and I tell them all the time, I don't care if you miss 5 threes, you're gonna, you know, believe the next one's going in. I like the 3 ball, so I love inside-out threes. We get it in. They want to double our post. We got some big athletic posts in there. Kick it out for 3 or skip 3 against the zone. So we work on that all the time in practice. We work on it in individual workouts. So you know, it's not foreign to them to, you know, shoot those shots. And I think for the most part, you know, they're pretty, you know, their conscience is really not there with that. Like if they miss a shot, they're going to take the next one. So I was happy that we hit some shots against the zone because you have to. You know, at the end of the day, we hit 10 threes. That's pretty darn good. Get 30 points from the 3-point line. So I'm really proud of Willie, the way she's shooting it, because that was one of the things I told her when she first got here. Like, you need to be able to stretch the defense more. Your pull-up is great. You can get to the rim, but you got to knock down that 3.
Quick turnaround for Wichita State on Wednesday, and then a little bit of a home stretch here with a couple that, you know, tough travel schedules now behind you. What do you want to accomplish here before the holiday break?
Well, you know, one of our big goals is to be undefeated at home. And so we have a couple home games coming up, and you know, some tough ones, and we just gotta, you know, we gotta grind it out. You know, same kind of focus we have. Doesn't matter who we're playing, whether it's Wichita State, whether it's Mizzou. We have the same focus, same preparation for each game. So I want to see some consistency. I told them before the game I didn't feel like we played, you know, a good 40-minute game at home yet. Our team kind of gets hyped for the big name teams, and if you know, not saying that UMKC and Santa Clara, they're not good. They're good teams. But the ones that have names behind them or a ranking, our team traditionally gets pretty hyped for that. And then the ones that don't, you know, they kind of get in a lull and not as aggressive. So that was what we were trying to accomplish today, you know, play a 40-minute game. I thought we probably played a 30-minute game. So we just got to keep getting better, you know, simulating that in practice and getting that energy and that focus out of them for the whole 40 minutes.
Last one I got for you is a 2-parter. First, what did you do for Thanksgiving? And then the second one, obviously a lot's changed for you in a year. What are you thankful for this past 12 months?
Yeah, I mean, well, Thanksgiving, I didn't want to, you know, my family's from the East Coast, and my husband's from Atlanta, and I was like, I'm not getting on another flight. So I stayed home for Thanksgiving. I was a mother and a wife and cooked for the family, and we had a good little family Thanksgiving. But I'm thankful for so much. I just feel like I'm being blessed abundantly, just being here, you know, with the belief in everybody here, the belief they have in me. So I'm just really thankful for this opportunity here at Missouri State, but I'm thankful for our players, you know, our staff, our administration, most importantly, my family, my husband and my son. But I just, you know, I just feel like God has been really good to me, and I just thank him every day.
You're kind of a quarter away through the season at this point. What have you seen from the team that you're most pleased with, and then where do you see the biggest room for improvement?
I think we've shown some consistency, being 7-1. I mean, that's pretty consistent. That was a huge goal for us. We wanted to, you know, do our best to repeat last year's season, the end of last year's season, and do our best to not repeat the beginning of the season. At this time last year, they were 1-7, and now we're 7-1. So our players are really excited about that. But again, we're not satisfied. We're not getting complacent. There's a lot of season left. But I like our consistency in that regard. But I think, you know, there's some areas that we have been super consistent on that I want and preach about every day, which is rebounding. I mean, today we had 44 rebounds. Getting to the free throw line and hitting free throws, we talked about that, putting pressure on the D. You know, getting our turnovers down, because in the beginning of the year we started out, you know, 20 turnovers or whatever. We've been pretty consistent at getting that down. So some of those stats that we talk about a lot, I'm really pleased with. But I think we need to just be consistent on the defensive end. Offensively, I think that we're a problem to guard, man or zone. We have just so many weapons, versatility. Defensively, when we're locked in and we play together on one accord, we can defend anybody, you know, but just having that focus and that intensity, no matter if you're hitting your shots on offense, no matter if, you know, it's a team you want to play or not, or whatever the case might be, I just want us to be focused for 40 minutes on defensive end.